All right, folks, welcome to our 100th episode of our Zoomup. It's our meetup on Zoom. My name is Michael Huggins, coming to you live from Tennessee. I got my co-host today out of California. What's up, James?
Hey, Sacramento, California, and Tahoe got some snow. We're good.
Right on, man. Well, cool. We got an amazing episode today. Folks, we are bringing you these stories of transformation to inspire you to get off the couch, face your fears, and chase your dreams, and stop living a life by default and start living a life by design. Now, we have an entire playlist of episodes from our community members, all different walks of life, backgrounds, everything that you could think of. And people are really seeing a lot of success here. And quick disclaimer, real estate is risky, folks. It is absolutely risky. You need to surround yourself with professionals. You need to cross your T's. You need to dot your I's. You need to make sure that the paperwork is straight, everything, because of the risk. If you don't do it right, you could lose a lot of money. But on the upside, if you do it right, sky's the limit. You could totally, absolutely transform your life. So, folks, James, what do we want the people to do after this?
Absolutely. We have a property tour, a workshop, and an intro that give you all the information that you can help to join us online in our nationwide community.
Yes. So there's a lot more to this. So those are by invite only. They're not open to the public. So you're going to want to get back with the person that got you here to get those private Zoom links. And then you can start to see how you can take advantage of the benefits that we're currently getting from this amazing organization. So with that being said, let's jump into our guest of honor today. So James, will you tell the folks a little bit about our guest today and why you think he's a kick-ass dude?
Oh my gosh. Well, out here in Sacramento, before COVID hit, we had a 5,000 square foot office. We met every single week. And Farhad came from being a business owner already. And we came down and looked at the financial aspect of what we had, the whole entire community. This man absolutely went above and beyond, jumped in and started serving. Not only that, he started implementing everything he did. But one thing I love about him is that he is a video expert. This guy has created, he does artwork. I mean, the graphic designing that this man brings to the table upgraded, I mean, increased our quality of who we are, what we did. And then he started jumping into one of our mastermind groups, giving his knowledge and experience and expertise. And he's now put together my entire video production for something I'm launching in the near future. And I couldn't say more about the quality, the dedication, the commitment level he has, and the giving and the expertise that this man brings to the table. I couldn't be more honored about being, and being the one that actually edifies him and being on here, because this guy's a flipping amazing and he's an incredible man.
Awesome. Well, so what I'm hearing, he's a giver. He's bringing his skill set to the community and helping everyone achieve a little bit more with his skill set. So that's the kind of people that you're going to find here, folks. Givers. We aren't takers, we are creators, and we are giving back what we create. So Farhad, thanks for being here. Let's give a warm welcome, everybody, to Mr. Farhad Ahmed.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that introduction, Michael and James, man. I mean, connecting with you has been just an absolute amazing turning point in my life. I could give you back the same edifications that you just gave me. And, the quality of my presence has really improved, being a part of your community. So thank you so much for being the leader that you've been. And Michael, dude, you are also another inspiration. I'm such a huge fan, bro. So thank you so much for having me on here. I'm honored to be, featured on the 100th episode. So, just to kind of get into my story here, before coming into this community, I already was a business owner. I had my own business in digital media, basically content creation. You heard James talk about my video and graphic design. That's basically what I've been doing. And, living life already being psychologically unemployable, just wanting to build this business, live off of this, be in complete control of my life through this business is something I've already had my head and my heart set on. But I was doing it all stuck in freelance mode, basically. Nobody in my family had any experience building a business. Everybody, they went and pursued a degree or got some sort of a license and became a professional. But that's all great. I'm not knocking any of that down. It's just, that's not what I was trying to make out of myself. So I didn't really have anything to follow in terms of this, this dream and this goal. So I was just, making money, trying to tap into whatever I could just by, being the freelancer, but everything was being mixed with business, personal finances, business finance. I had no real, structure of an entity around it. So, it wasn't really going anywhere. It wasn't building. And my biggest dream with this is to be able to work out of my own studio. So I don't even know how to, approach that real estate aspect of it. So there was so many missing pieces. And then, come in 2017, I got introduced to this community, and this community with this education that really brings this community together. This became everything that college ultimately failed to be for me. And when I say college failed to be for me, I'm not saying that anything against college. Again, everything that's provided in college is absolutely great if you have a plan around that. But my plan wasn't around that. And I couldn't find what I needed within the standard, college level education. So this, to me, I call it the grown folks education. This is where I learned financing, I learned business structure, and I started to implement this into my business and actually finally created an entity out of it. Now it's just, I'm finally separating my personal and my business, and things are. I finally learned how to file my taxes as a business owner. That's something that I dreaded doing. I was lucky and fortunate enough to have my dad claim me as a dependent, well into my 20s. So I kind of just let everything, on him and had him take care of all the tax stuff. And finally, because of this community's education, now none of that tax stuff scares me. I get excited when it comes to filing my taxes because now I know what I'm going to do and I know what I'm looking at when I'm looking at all these tax forms. So filling them out is actually now fun because it's validating the fact that I learned something from this education. And from now, it's just building forward, and the plans are just getting bigger. And I couldn't be more thankful just on that business aspect, So now that I'm moving forward, I'm looking at the bigger picture, the next phase. I want that studio still. So, how do I go up? How do I go about that real estate aspect? I'm looking at all these different classes we have in commercial real estate and tapping into the community for advice and knowledge. And as I'm going through this, things started happening that I didn't even expect. A lot of people in this community, you're going to hear the stories. They're talking about how they wanted to invest in real estate, but they couldn't. And now they're able to, and they have all these properties. Well, I'm not really that person, but someone within the community reached out to me, and, they had a couple flips that they needed some funding on for the repairs. And I was able to tap into a private investor. We partnered together and we raised the money through him. I didn't have to put any of my own money into this. And now we got 120K across 2 deals with this investor. And, we're just waiting, it's just sitting and waiting on the returns. We don't have to lift a finger on doing any of the work on the properties. The flipper that is doing the property, that is doing the work, she's all the way in Georgia and I'm in California. So, I'm just sitting and waiting for money to come back to me that I put across the country, and I didn't even think that I'd be doing something like this. So, just to have opportunities coming at you without you even trying, all you need to do is just plug into this community and things will start to happen for you. And it's been happening for me. I don't consider myself someone who was expected to have, much going on. I expected to be just like an average person, just doing education, going through school, finding a job. But that was the expectation around me, but I'm now being able to break that expectation. People are starting to see me differently. They're reaching out to me in a different way. And I feel my value leveling up. And
Nice.
it's all because I got started here. So thank you.
Way cool. Way cool. Okay, so let's give the folks who maybe are stuck in that freelance world, because it's like pseudo independence, right? It's like you kind of have your own thing, but someone else is still controlling the faucet of income. And so tell us what that was like, transforming from being that freelancer to being the business owner and calling the shots. What was that like?
Absolutely empowering, like that, the key word there for me is calling the shots. There is a thing that, in this community that, we're being trained on, and I encourage everybody to, look into this. It's called the drive system. And, within that drive system, we kind of identify ourselves, based on certain buying habits and behaviors. And my identity is a director. And what a director is, someone who likes to live life on their own terms. That's my definition completely. It defines me to a T. So, just to be able to have that and um, not have to settle backwards, because once you're stuck in freelance mode, I was coming to the point where I was starting to think maybe, that big dream, maybe I was just over my head, it's too far-fetched. Maybe I should just start pursuing some W-2 jobs. And I did actually, after I finished college, I actually did work a couple of W-2 jobs. None of them lasted for over a year because, again, it wasn't my thing. I kept looking for another opportunity to, be able to jump back into building the business. So it's something that I never wanted to let go of, but I was kind of forcing myself into that decision just in case, I wasn't going to get there. But now, because of the education that I've received and then the connections that I made in the community, it's kind of like, yeah, I better not step out of this because this has got me on the path that I've wanted to be in. So it would be completely, I would say, idiotic of me to stop now.
So you were saying that you were basically running out of ideas for how to get ahead, so much so that you were going to go back and go get a job. I remember being in that world too. I had two jobs, and I was thinking, how am I going to get out of this debt? Because it kept going up, and I was considering getting a third job. And we're running out of ideas, and so thank God I found this community too, because I think it was Albert Einstein that said that the thinking that got you into the problem is insufficient to get you out of the problem. And so we needed a whole new set of thinking here.
Mm, love that.
I
Absolutely.
love the director side, the travel, the ability, because Farhad, you have transformed or experienced life on another level by putting you in charge, and you've been able to do things that you didn't think was possible. And that's something that we inspire everybody. My wife and I just got off the road for an RV trip for 30 days, inspiring people out there, and we're getting ready to go back on for about 3 months just to travel around, do business. And it couldn't do it without the community, the people, the support. And Farhad, this means so much to bring you out, and now you're unfolding this greater potential of your life by what you're doing. And I just honor you and want to thank you for everything you've done, because that you have changed so many people's lives with the support and what you've done to be an example. And your skills in video and editing and graphicing, I'm telling you, is off the flipping hook.
Nice.
So much, brother.
Yeah, I got a
I do it because of the gratitude. It's just my way of, saying thank you. Just, I want to keep on contributing as my way of paying forward. So thank you.
Nice. So tell us, when those real estate deals came your way, what was that like, knowing that you actually had the capacity to execute on it versus, prior to that, it would have slipped right through your fingers. What was that like?
Great question, actually. That right there is was so powerful, seriously, because you're right, without the education that I received here, there's no way I would have even thought. I would have just been like, oh, hey, I'm sorry, I can't help you, when I got the message. So, when those deals came through, yeah, getting the, we acted basically as lenders on these deals. So, looking through the promissory notes, just reading the language and everything just being, you know, um, recognizable. Nothing was foreign to me, about the language. And, quite honestly, prior to that, it would have completely, you're right. I would have just let it slip through my fingers. I would not have even, dealt with it. But now it was just like, no, I'm going through it. It's not only that I know what I'm seeing, but it's also just like I don't know. The best way to put it is the excitement around just getting the validation that, I did learn something. I learned something that is now leading me towards a significant amount of money with doing very little amount of work. This is called working smart to me. And I don't even know how to really, put it fully into words. It's just a really great, exciting feeling.
Well,
Yeah.
and Farhad, you've raised capital to now be the private lender, and expanding on that, now knowing that you can raise capital to go buy more properties and create that passive revenue, is that you're in deals with no money. It was just all on relationships, deals
Right.
one side and the money on the other. How empowering do you feel by being able to understand that, and then taking it to a whole nother level in the near future?
It really is crazy, just being able to control money like that, getting people's confidence to, put money in with me, because none of this was my own money. I raised this money through another private investor. We partnered together and we're pushing the money out, but it's his money, so all that he needed to be confident in me to, move forward on these deals. He's basically just having me, basically handle all the paperwork for him, because he trusts that I know what I'm talking about because of the way I, speak when I'm describing the deals and the opportunity and how the return is going to come to us. All of that just really impressed my investor. And he was like, yeah, I'm ready to put the money in. I was like,
Okay, so I got a
really? Okay,
question.
yeah, let's do it.
So that was your first time doing a transaction like that, right?
Yes,
How
yes. I
many
had not
times did you
really,
have to make phone calls to find the money? How many phone calls did you have to make?
one, literally one. Yeah. And it just worked out, and I'm really, I feel blessed with this. It literally happened on New Year's Day. So it was like, all right, kicking off the new year in one of the best ways possible. And again, I did not expect this, because when I first came into this community, James mentioned the property tour earlier. That was how I first, that was my first introduction. I saw people doing fix and flips, and then it reminded me of the HGTV shows. And I thought, oh, wow, these guys are actually doing it. And I'm like, all right, this is exciting. I could probably get into this. But down the line, as I looked into those classes, I got a little bit more, the disillusion occurred, I guess. I just realized, like, you know what? It looks great in an hour-long TV show, but the extensive process of it is probably not something I'm really excited to get into. And then down the line, I kind of ended up realizing, you know what? No, I have my business that I really want to pursue through this, and I want to utilize the real estate education on the commercial side to eventually get to my studio. But in the meantime, it doesn't hurt to loan some money out and get some returns on that while I'm pursuing my big goal. And with lending, it doesn't require all that work. So I can focus on doing my things while I'm sitting on these notes to be fulfilled. And
Nice.
that's really, really great. I love that.
Right, and that's a really important thing to point out, because not everyone is cut out for fix and flips. I don't like fix and flips either. I do short sales and I do short-term rentals, and I'm doing some land development. where I can control the whole thing. But it does have to be something that's aligned with your personality. So you recognize, hey, I like lending and commercial. And so now it's time for you to go and blow that up. We're excited for you, man. We're rooting for you. We're here to support you. And it looks like the future is very bright.
Absolutely. Way to be the example, as you did it, then Helen did it, and then Judy just got done doing it. and so you've created a ripple effect, and leaders leading and followers becoming leaders. It's been an amazing experience. And by the way, was everything in the community?
100%. The opportunity, everything, the growth, all within the community, guys. So for those of you who are just starting out or looking into starting with this community, go for it. I'm telling you, it's just, there's no looking back after it. It's just,
that's right. Yep. This is an amazing transformational process, folks. We actually have over 25,000 students inside of our real estate ecosystem that we've been building up for the last 15 years. So we know what we're doing. We absolutely have a proven system, but it's on you to come and take a look at it. We got the door open. You just got to walk through it. So come take a look, come to the intro, come to the house tour, come to the workshop, and you can start to see really the entire scope of what's being offered here, because it is an amazing transformational process. If you're ready for a transformation, come on in, take a look. There's a lot more behind the scenes that we'd love to show you.
And as we look into the future, the next gold rush is just around the corner. So positioning yourself, we all are so excited about the unveiling of the next gold rush because of things that have gone on now, and our community having all the resources within it is only helping each other. So we're going to come out. There's going to be more millionaires and billionaires created. And then this next turn, when it crashes, we are looking forward to not only making sure we get our part, but we are inviting every single one of you to join us so you can get your part and live life by design. Michael, you've been an example. You started with Jiffy Lube, 2 and 3 jobs, $3,000. I can't believe what you've done and what you've unfolded. I want to say, over the last 100 interviews that you and Scott have done, we're ending and in 100, we have edified just 100, just a scratch of the surface of all the people we could have brought out. And because of you and your vision, you were able to do that. So I want to say thank you, because it's, to end and to do this last 100th one with Farhad. What an honor to be here. What an honor to say thank you to you and to Farhad as well.
Yeah, my pleasure, folks. It's been a labor of love. We did 100 days, 100 episodes to inspire all of you catching the recordings or watching this here live with us. Because if you see enough pieces of evidence that it is possible to change your life, then you'll actually go out there and do it. And we're here to support you with that. So thanks again, Farhad, for your contributions, and congratulations on your success thus far. And stick around for a quick bonus question right after I end this recording. And then for everyone else here, it's now on you. Get back with the person that invited you here, get those private Zoom links, and come and check this stuff out, and let's see what's possible for you. So with that, we're going to wrap this one up. Have a great day, everybody. Go check out the other playlist, and we'll see you on our next live events.
And Michael, dreams do come true.
Right on. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, everyone.